Hello everyone, we're from Group 10 and we will explain about the names and structural semantics. Next. First of all, our group consists of 5 members. They are Putri Tariza, Adinda Salwa, Anastasia, Amanda Putri, and me, Anggie Ayu. And the first material will be explained by me. Next. So what is the names? The names is words that have arbitrary meanings that we can express in terms of semantic features. Word meanings are constructed through a variety of relationships. Words have many non-literal or figurative meanings, which are complex and abstract. So what kind of words are considered a part of the names? They are hyphonyms, synonyms, polysemies or polysemy, homonyms, and antonyms. So let's get to hyphonyms. Hyphonyms is more specific words that constitute of subclass of a more general word. Hyphonyms first let us consider words that have a similar meaning because they belong to the same segment of the domain. For example, the hyphonyms of the color red are pink, scarlet, orange, hot pink, and pumpkin. Another example is the hyphonyms of tree are pine, maple, and birch. The next material will be explained by Amanda.
Okay, the second one is synonym. Words that have similar meanings that share the same semantic properties are called synonyms. These are words that sound different but means the same. Synonym usually used to paraphrase or restate the words that we heard or read before. Example, woman as same as lady. The words might be different, but both words share the same semantic properties. Adult, female, human. Other examples just like fast as quick, began as start, big as huge, and so on. Next is polysemous or polysemy, words that have multiple meanings. Polysemous is often used in several different sentences or contexts. For example, the word head refers to the upper part of the human or animal body, or it refers to leaders, chief, or a leading position of an organization. There are two types of polysemous, linear and nonlinear. Linear polysemous are autohyponymy, automeronymy, autohyperonymy, and autoholonomy. And the last one is nonlinear polysemous are metonym and metaphor. Next, please.
Okay, the next is homonyms. Homonyms are words that have different meanings but sound the same. They might be spelled the same or different. And there are two types of homonyms. The first is homophone, sounds identical but have a different meaning. Like the example, first 8 in past tense of eat, and 8 in number, 1 in number, and 1 in past tense of win, no in knowing something, and no in opposite of yes. And the second type is homograph. So, homograph are words that are written or spelled the same but have different meaning and sometimes pronounced differently. The pronunciation is often just as if in the accented syllable. First example, it has same written but has different sound. Those in female deer in plural and does in third singular form of the verb do. And the second example has same in written and spelled, but it still has different meaning and accented syllable. Present, right now, and present acute. Next. Okay, antonym are words that are opposite in one of their semantic properties. Antonym has 3 types, and the first type is complementary pairs. This type that express a binary relationship in which is perceived that there is no middle ground, like the example, male and female. Male can be defined not female, and female can be defined not male. And then Also, asleep and awake, right and wrong, exit and entrance. And then the second type is gradable pairs. Gradable pairs is typical pairs of adjective can be qualified by adverbs such as very, and also relative or depends to the speaker point of view. The example are old and young, good and bad, big and little, interesting and boring. And the third type is relational opposite. This type that express a symmetrical relation between two words. Look the example. The first is parent and child. Jevan is the parent of Kevin, and Kevin is the child of Jevan. The second, give and receive. I give her a gift, and she received a gift from me. And, then the next subtopics will be presented by my friend.
Okay, I'm going to explain about structural semantics. So what is structural semantics? Structural semantics is the study of how the structure of sentences contributes to meaning. Let's consider the meaning of the following two sentences. The first one is the teacher taught the students, and the second, the students taught the teacher. Basically, both sentences are composed of exactly the same words. In the first sentence, the teacher is the subject and is performing the action of teaching the students as the object of the sentence. In the second sentence, the only thing that has changed is that now the teacher is become the object and the students become the subject. However, the change in the structure also changed the meaning of the sentences. Next, about structural ambiguity, in which a sentence can have more than one meaning. Here's the example. So there is a sentence. It is, Chris has large dogs and cats. It is ambiguous sentences because it is unclear whether the adjective applied to one only or both noun phrases. Is the scope of the adjective large limited to dogs, or does it include cats also? One of the reasons for this ambiguity is because the adjective comes before the noun, and so the scope of the adjective tends to extend to words that follow it. When we have a noun phrase that consists of a list of adjectives, the scope of each adjective includes the ones that follow it, but not the ones that precede it. Next material will be explained by Anas.
Okay, so now I'm going to present the last part. This is a playing with meaning, the most interesting part of language. Next. Writers, poets, comedians, and other people often use sentences with unexpected meanings. Playing with the structure of sentences creates interesting language. So the first one is anomalous utterance. Anomalous utterance include words in which the semantic properties do not match. For the example, my car is hungry, my toothbrush is pregnant. And the second type is contradiction, which is the utterance in which the semantic properties of one word are in direct opposition to those of another. For the example, my husband is a child. And the third one, metaphors, are anomalous utterance in which two dissimilar items are symbolically considered to be similar. For the example, my love is red rose, you are my sunshine. And the fourth type is oxymorons. Oxymorons are phrases that combine contradictory words. For example, sweet sorrow, thunderous silence. And the last one is idioms. Idioms are utterances in which there is contradiction between the meaning of the parts of the utterance and the entire utterance. For the example, once in a blue moon, when pigs fly. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your interest and attention.